Morning, y'all, or afternoon, or whenever you're watching this. Hey, it is Sheeta D from Sheeta's on the Loose, and I'm here today to talk to you about things you need to keep in mind when you're starting your fire journey. So, if you are starting on the path to fire, you've probably read a lot of things about it, watched a lot of videos, and there's a lot of information floating around that can make it seem a little overwhelming sometimes or a little unachievable based on the way people talk about it. And I want you to know that it is achievable for you. You just have to be really clear about what you want for your life and how it might differ from the people you're getting information from, right? Like if you don't plan on walking the exact same path as someone else, then your steps don't need to be ordered the exact same way theirs are, right? You can do things that make you comfortable in your own life. So that's what we're talking about today, things to keep in mind. Let's get going. The first thing I want to say about your own fire journey is that it's your own journey and other people's opinions don't matter, right? Like how you take care of your finances should not matter to other people unless it directly impacts them. Unless you are responsible for paying for them or unless you owe them money, what you do is your business. So if you have friends or strangers on the internet telling you that it's a bad idea and you still want to pursue it, do what you want to do. Like, who are they? These are strangers or friends who don't know your dreams, right? They don't know what's in your heart. Do it. I also want you to know that if you don't make your number, so you've set out a goal, you want to have a certain amount of money by a certain date. If you don't hit that number exactly, don't be disappointed. You still are probably doing significantly better than you would be doing if you hadn't made this goal and if you hadn't taken your fire journey. So one of the ways I make fire work for me really well is by leaving the US and living in Mexico. I can live the exact life I want for significantly cheaper than I could in the US. And so I know my money is going to last me a very long time. On that note, more people, strangers on the internet, feel the need to come into my comments and tell me when I make videos like this and tell me that I'm going to lose all my money. It's not going to last. You're going to be broke. First of all, it's so easy to mind your own business. Are you my financial advisor? Are you my lover? You're not, right? Like, are we married? Why are you worried about my money? Don't let those people scare you off. So I just checked when on Vanguard, just checked year to date. So I'm filming this on August 3rd, 2021. In the last 12 months, my rate of return in my investments was 34.5%. So my investments increased by 34.5% in the last 12 months. I withdrew in the last 12 months, I withdrew 0.34%. I gained 34%. I withdrew 0.34%. I'm probably not going to run out of money. Like my withdrawal rate annually is never more than 1% to 2%. So with fire, if you're unfamiliar, the idea is that if you withdraw up to 4%, your money can last you at least 30 years, right? So if your maximum withdrawal rate annually is 4%, the money that you have will last for 30 years. And so what people do is they figure out how much money they want to spend per year. They multiply that by 25, and that's the fire number they want to hit. My withdrawal rate in the past 12 months is 0.34%. I'm going to have money, y'all. I'm going to have money. Because let's get to another point. I may have retired early from the job I had, but I have passion projects now that create income for me. So I run Exodus Summit, which you may be familiar with. We are doing an event in the fall. And that the whole Exodus Summit umbrella is income generating. I have a business in which I help women take career breaks. That is income generating. Am I spending more than 20 hours doing real work a week? No. I am customer facing 2 weeks out of the month. I take off whenever I want to. I do as much work or as little work as I want to. It's a complete passion project. So while I'm retired, I still work, but I work doing things that bring me joy and bring other women who look like me joy. And I love that about my life. Another thing to keep in mind when you are on your FIRE journey, when you're just starting, is in which type of accounts you're going to save your money. Here heavily invest in your retirement accounts, invest in your retirement accounts, invest in your retirement accounts. I am more than 15 years away from being able to take money out of my retirement accounts without penalty. But a very good chunk of my investments are in my retirement accounts. So if my withdrawal rate was 4%, and if the market hadn't done as great as it did last year, I don't know that I would be able to continue the life I'm living now, FIRE in general, without trying to dip into those retirement accounts. So my non-retirement account is the only account I take money out of. And I have enough money invested there. And it grows every year because I'm earning more than I'm taking out. Yay. But if I didn't have that non-retirement investment account, I would be stuck wondering how I'm going to get money out of my retirement accounts for the next 15 years without penalties. And that probably wouldn't be happening. I'd probably be taking them out with penalties. So when you're planning FIRE, think about the years you're going to need to access money before you can get into your retirement accounts without penalty, and figure out how much money you're going to need and start investing that amount of money into non-retirement accounts so that you can take it out without penalty and not worry about that space between when you want to retire early and when you can actually touch your retirement accounts. Another thing to keep in mind is that anything you do that is apart from the norm and different can separate you from the people in your life. Some of your friends won't understand. So if you are focused on certain things. So when I was doing FIRE, my first focus was getting out of debt. And then it was investing for retirement. So I was focused on getting out of debt. And my life didn't look like a lot of my friends. Like, it wasn't deprivation, but it also wasn't like a fancy house. It was a very humble house. So my friends were like, it's time for you to get a bigger house. I'm like, why? Like, what does a house get me? What, I am in a small 3-bedroom house. Like, what would a larger home get me? What would a better neighborhood get me than what I have right now? I would rather retire early. And so think about that part of your life. Be gentle with yourself. If you feel some of your relationships getting a little bit frayed, if you can't do the things your friends want you to do all the time, that can build up some feelings on both sides. And just, deal with it as it comes. Be as gentle with yourself and your people as you can be. But on that note, I don't want you to think of FIRE as depriving yourself. And I don't want you to deprive yourself in order to reach FIRE. Before FIRE or after FIRE, I never deprived myself. And the reason for that is because I know it's not sustainable. If I am not enjoying my life, I am not going to do the things I need to do to meet my goal. Like, if I'm unhappy all the time, I'm going to stop saving money, right? And blow it on something that I think is going to make me happy because my emotions aren't in check. And so I want you to think about prioritizing the things that are important to you in life. Like I said, for me, first, it was prioritizing getting out of debt. So how can you prioritize that and still live a life that makes you happy, that leaves you fulfilled, that you're not giving up all the things you love. Once again, I will never tell you that cutting out Starbucks will lead to early retirement. That's just not reasonable, right? Like, if your Starbucks habit is that bad that you could cut it out, right, and be rich, then cutting it out is going to make you really unhappy, right? Like, maybe you can cut it back, but I'm not telling you to cut it out, right? I'm telling you that there are things in your life that you probably don't value that you can cut out. But the things that are important to you, is giving them up worth the trade of meeting your goals earlier than you possibly could? For some people, it will be. For others, it won't be. Only you know yourself. And that's it for me today. It's a short one, but I just wanted to give you some things to think about if you're on the road to financial independence and retiring early. I wish you the best. If you have any other advice for people, go ahead and drop it in the comments and let us know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? It's a good time over here. Anyway, I will talk to you next time. Have a great day. Bye.